What was wrong?
Oh, nothing. Just a giant cockroach that had to be stepped on.
Been there, done that, sister.
What's happening?
I don't know. The plane just changed direction on its own. It's flying in autopilot mode. I can't switch over to manual control.
My apologies, but I cannot let you escape now.
Alfred! You cross-dressing freak!
Hey, where are we?
Huh?
Latitude 82.17 degrees. That's the Antarctic. We're over the Antarctic.
What? Hey, those are the seaplanes that left the island right before us.
Then that must mean this place belongs to Umbrella.
Oh. Hey, wake up, Steve.
Oh. Oh. We're still alive.
Thanks.
Oh, plane's trashed. Well, let's split up and find another way off this oversized freezer.
Right.
Okay, let's do it.
I don't know why you'd split up aside from gameplay purposes, but okay. So, 3 things about that cutscene. I mean, as in all of it, like from the plane to here. First off, forced romance, somewhat, with that little bling sound. Secondly, I believe this game takes place in the year 2001. Could be wrong about that, but I think it does. Now, maybe today, in 2021, 20 years later, I even doubt this, but maybe you could, like, take over autopilot for a different fucking vehicle than the one you're on. But I'm pretty damn sure, I don't even think today, but I'm pretty damn sure, like 99.9999% certain, that especially in the year 2001, that Okay, I'm pretty sure most vehicles, if any, didn't even have cruise control back then. Or did they? I don't even know. When the fuck was cruise control? Let me see, you know what? Let me look that up. When was cruise control invented? Okay, so some clarifications. Apparently, cruise control has been a thing since the mid 20th century. I did not know that. Holy shit. Although it was not commercially widespread until like the late 20th century, which still counts for this game because this game takes place in the early. Actually, no. This game does not take place in 2001 because this game takes place in 3 months after 2, and 2 takes place in 98, I believe. Yeah. Yeah, this game takes place in 98. Holy shit. So yeah, okay, so cruise control was more or less widespread. I will concede that to this game, but I highly doubt that you could cruise control a vehicle that's not the one you're operating. And that was my whole point with the cruise control thing. It wasn't that cruise control didn't exist. No, it's that, like, how the fuck do you cruise control a vehicle that's not your own, right? Like, you can manually control a vehicle, like radially, yes. You know, there is such thing as a wireless remote controlled car, or a remote controlled helicopter. I had one of those when I was a kid. That was actually pretty cool. I'd talk about that more, but that's not what this video is about. Styrofoam wings. I just talk about it more. Although I couldn't control it for shit. But anyway, so cruise control is one thing, but but stealing control from a vehicle that you are not operating, like, now maybe in military grade type shit, maybe you could do something like that. Only even then with the hardcore SF type shit. But I am very incredulous about Alfred Ashford's ability to steal command from that plane. That's my whole point here. I think it's bullshit. And that leads to my third and final point on that cutscene, which is simply this. This shouldn't need to be said, but I feel the need to say it since it was in the cutscene. Unless you are her boyfriend or husband, do not, I say again, do not try to kiss a woman while she's asleep. Good God. Actually, in many cases, if you're not her boyfriend or husband, don't try to kiss her even if she's awake without her consent. Well, I mean, of course, don't do it with her consent, but you know what the fuck I mean. Especially not while she's fucking asleep. Okay. Now, if you get to the boyfriend or husband status, you can do a lot of shit. Like you can get her to start sucking your dick while she's asleep, and then she'll wake up with her dick in her mouth, if she's into that shit. Some women are, but actually, you can do some shit with that. But if you do not have that type of shit, and plus, she and Steve are mostly strangers to each other, straight up. She knows about his parentage, about why he's here in the first place. He knows who she is in general and about her brother. Okay. That's Steve, my boy. Steve, my boy. That is some rapey shit there, dude. That's like the Sean Connery or Roger Moore era of James Bond. Of, like, rapiness. Yeah, so I don't feel the need to elaborate on that point any more than that, because I feel as though that's about enough. Unless of course you're a rapist. If you are a rapist, you either turn yourself into the authorities or get some goddamn counseling. One of the two. The fuck am I talking about? Anyway, yeah, those are my points. So here we have the Antarctic base. I believe that door, you can't even go through it. Well, there are all about to be some annoying ass vine type shits here in just a minute, which I'm gonna have to kill. No? Oh, maybe that's only for Chris. Forgive me if I don't remember every detail this game's ever had. Fun fact, I'm pretty sure that's the first ladder I've gone up this whole game that didn't equal a loading screen. I don't remember there being anything useful in this room. I'm not gonna go in there even, cause I don't remember this room right here. It has a bunch of zombies in it, but I don't remember there being a single thing important about it. Maybe one or two items, but like nothing that's important to the stores I'm referring to. So I'm not even gonna go in there, at least not right now. What I will do is go up here, cause this will bring me to the interior balcony of the bay. So yeah, if you've ever wondered what these kind of things right here are called, um, you know, with a walkway and then the guardrail, it's called an interior balcony. So, I already went over a few things. I'm not gonna lie, I forgot to start recording again. So, I went in this room. There's nothing in that room right now besides a zombie. I grabbed, well, that I need right now. I grabbed handgun ammo from there, that room, and an ink ribbon. And, I noted that the power is out, and I made it my first objective to get rid of the power. And here's the last thing I said, and I'll say it again, is I wasn't recording the first time. God damn it. I mentioned earlier that I was only going to be using this infinite healing item to its full capacity during a boss fight and or poisoning. Well, the poisoning part of that equation is coming up. So, I will probably be referring to this inventory screen on a very frequent basis once the poisoning starts, which is going to start real soon, to make sure I don't fucking die. So if I go back to the inventory screen enough to use this healing item, then, and if I do it to the point where it starts to slow down the pace of the game, then what I'm going to do is I'm simply going to probably cut it out, meaning those inventory screens. So if you start seeing a bunch of cuts, you know, a lot more than usual, just know that more than likely, it's because I'm cutting out the inventory screens because I got poisoned, and I will be poisoned a lot. Because of these assholes right here. Oh, not yet apparently, huh? This is a save room. So you're good to go in here. Yeah, you can move that thing. And you wanna know what's in there? The goddamn rat is in there. Our friend, the rat. Pick up the goddamn bowgun ammo. There we go. You shitting me? God damn it. Come on. Here's why a system bothers me if I don't explain it. So, if your inventory is full to the brim, and let's say that you don't have a healing item in your inventory, and let's say that your health is on orange caution, or danger, and let's say that there is a first aid spray, right? Well, in this game, I've actually, to my knowledge, of the classic games, being the fixed camera angles and all that, to my knowledge, this is the only game that lets you do this, where, because most games in classic Resident Evil, if you pick up the first aid spray, but your shit's full, it'll say, sorry, you can't pick up any more items, like I just did with the ammo shit that I just tried to pick up. It'll just say that, and you're fucked with low health. This game is the only one to my knowledge where, when it comes to healing items, if you're on danger and you go to pick up a healing item, but your screen's already full right here, then it won't just say, oh, you can't carry any more shit. It'll just say, it'll be like, yo, your shit's full. Do you want to just say fuck it and use the first aid spray without putting it in your inventory? And you can say yes or no. And if you say yes, then you just use it. So the reason why it's disappointing to me about the whole ammo thing is like, why the fuck doesn't that happen for the ammo? like, Like, why couldn't I just picked up those bowgun bolts and it'd have been like, hey, do you want to combine this with a bowgun immediately? I wish that would have happened. Like, I would get it for the handgun, right? Like if I didn't have a handgun ammo already in the slot, and then I had 20 bullets for the handgun, and then I'd get that because the handgun has a maximum capacity. But this doesn't. This bothers me. Yes, take the goddamn bowgun arrows, you fuck. It's locked, no keyhole can be found. Okay, let's get rid of that incessant. It's annoying me at this point. It's the rat. What's up, buddy? Actually, I think this is it. I think this is actually his backstory, isn't it? The rat's backstory. Well, whatever. I guess I can't. Whatever. But I think I can pick this up. Yep. Alexander's memo. My father, Edward, discovered the mother virus in oh, this is a major lore one. My father, Edward, discovered the mother virus in cooperation with Lord Spencer, who was also a nobleman. They studied it for the purpose of military use. Eventually, their study took shape. They named a variation of the mother virus the T virus. Stands for the tyrant virus, by the way, if you've ever been curious. To camouflage their research, they established Umbrella Chemical Inc. Mm, is that a misnomer in the lore? Because it's called the Umbrella Corporation. So either the initial name was Umbrella Chemical and they changed it to Corporation, or this game's lore or this game just fucked up. Yeah. I majored in biogenetics and have been involved with a top secret project supporting my father's research. However, my research went through a difficult phase, and my father died in the middle of the project. Oh, this is a good one. We are now at a major disadvantage against other researchers, as there is great competition in the field of T-virus research. Here's my question. How? You motherfuckers are the ones who have T-virus. It's a secret thing. Nobody else knows about it. How the fuck is there any competition? Anyway, and that's just something about the lore I don't know about, which is possible. I have disgraced the honorable name of the Ashford family that our great ancestor Veronica established. If nothing is done, Umbrella will be taken over by Spencer. I must expedite the project to its fullest without being detected by Spencer. After much thought, you know what? I'm gonna reword that because I feel like this is just a better word to use. After much deliberation, I decided to establish a large-scale advanced research facility. It will be located in the transport terminal that I created by using the abandoned mine in the Antarctic. Tell you what, you gotta be pretty goddamn desperate to sit there and set up a secret base in the goddamn Antarctica. Which I suppose he was. Within the facility, I'll have a room built. I assume you'll have lots of rooms built. It will be similar to the design of my mansion. Oh, I know what he's talking about. The legacy of the late Trevor. My boy George Trevor. Bro. I love it. Okay, so I will let me finish this first. I will be able to cherish my sweet memories there. For security purposes, this confidential project will be given a code name. It is the name of the beautiful ancestor of the Ashford family, Veronica, whom I so wish to whom I wish to revive so badly. And now the name has meaning, Resident Evil Code Veronica. I am confident that the result of my research will be as glorious as her name, and that honor will be restored to the Ashford family once again. Okay, now I'm done. Let's go back to Trevor. I love any references to Trevor. And I also mentioned this when I did Resident Evil Revelations 1, because they had one as well. So, I love the treasure subplot. In case you're unaware, the Trevor subplot appears in files in a few Resident Evil games, this being one of them, and Revelations 1 being one of them. But another notable one is Resident Evil 1 Remake. So, because Resident Evil 1 Remake has files also on the Trevor family, but it actually comes into play gameplay wise. So the two Trevors that matter, Trevor is the surname, by the way. The two Trevors that matter are George Trevor and Lisa Trevor. George Trevor, and here's why you say, it'll be similar to the design of my mansion, the legacy of the late Trevor. Here's why he says that. George Trevor was like an architect type motherfucker. And George Trevor, what this man did was he designed like the mansion that these people have been using for the research. He designed it. And here's the thing too. In exchange for George Trevor designing their shit, they imprisoned him and then coked him up with a bunch of viruses and shit and killed him. So George Trevor died. This man was contracted by them, did work for them that they enjoyed, by the way, because like I said, design of my mansion, the legacy of the late Trevor, that's aspiration right there. That's an accolade right there. And these fucking people still fucking took George Trevor, and fucking killed him. Now, although now there is kind of a lore reason for that though. The kind of lore reason is that like they at least this is what I've read is that they were scared that George Trevor might say something because the way that they had George Trevor design the shit was very unorthodox with like secret passages and secret codes and puzzles and shit. And it's actually the explanation as to why the mansions are basically one giant puzzle because that's the way they were designed to be by George Trevor. And they thought that George Trevor would fuck them over, spill the beans. Still a dick move though. Anyway, so they killed George Trevor straight up. Now George, and here's the reason why Lisa Trevor has meaning, because George had two family members, a wife and a daughter. The wife, I don't remember her fucking name. Her name's not important to me. I don't care about her name, to be honest with you, if she even has one. The daughter is Lisa Trevor. So why does that matter? Because Lisa and the mother slash wife were also taken in by Umbrella along with George Trevor. Yeah, they took him and his whole fucking family. And I assume they took his whole fucking family because otherwise they feared that his family, might look into shit. Oh my God, Umbrella. They contracted dad out or hubby out, and now he's missing. We should probably do something about that. My assumption is something like that is probably the reason why they took his whole fucking family. Anyway, though, so they kept the mother and Lisa trapped in the mansion. And then from there, they did a bunch of experiments on them and they tried to escape. They caught them. The mother was murdered in cold blood. But they kept the daughter though, Lisa Trevor. And Lisa Trevor has gameplay significance. She's not like a major factor, but she's a whole subplot. In fact, her subplot is like one of my favorite things in the whole fucking Resident Evil franchise. And I like this franchise, in case you can't fucking tell. But Lisa Trevor is actually in the gameplay for Resident Evil 1 Remake. And now keep in mind too, this shit initially happened back in the 1960s. Like, imprisoning them and all this shit. This shit, the main shit, all happened in the 1960s, I believe. Could be wrong about that. I think it's the 1960s. And this game takes place in the late 90s. So it's been 30 plus years. And when I say plus, I mean like 33, 34, 35. It's been like 34 fucking years. And and keep in mind too, George Trevor and the mother both died very early on. I think less than a year into their captivity is when they both died. So it was just Lisa Trevor. Throughout all those decades, 30 to 34 fucking years, they did tests on Lisa Trevor and injected her with viruses and shit. And one thing they discovered during her incarceration, I'll say, is that she couldn't die. As in, like, no virus they gave her would kill her. And so that gave them basically the autonomy to do whatever the fuck they wanted with her. And they started mixing and matching a bunch of viruses, and it got so bad they would actually inject her body with viruses, and the viruses would be killed by her body because her body was so goddamn toxic from all the testing that viruses couldn't do shit about it. Imagine that. Imagine if you were immune to viruses, not because you've had them before, so your body just has natural antibodies, so you'll never get it again, because your body just naturally kills any virus. Imagine that. You can't get smallpox, you can't get fucking bubonic plague, because if the bubonic plague tried to get your body would fucking kill it. It'd be like, yeah, fuck you, bitch. Imagine that shit. That's what happened to her. And and her subplot actually has significance, especially in Resident Evil 5, because while they were injecting her with different viruses, her body ended up creating what's referred to as the G virus, and William Birkin kept working on that. Anyway, that's a bunch of lore that's not particularly that's a bunch of lore that's not really relevant to this game. I'll probably put a timestamp on it in case you don't give a shit and you just want to know about this game. But yeah, so that's why I love the Trevor throwback because of that. And I love because in case you can't tell, I love that fucking subplot. It's poignant and fucked up as hell, but I fucking love it all the same. And okay, I saved it just now, and it's time to go back to the main place. So here's the poisoning's gonna start. Bingo. Those assholes. Fuck, 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 fuck. Get me through the goddamn door. Was I already poisoned just now? Thank God. Those things poison you. The door to the far right is what I'll go in first. I have to go all the way around. Fuck you. Figures. That's unfortunate. Fuck you. Assholes. Jesus Christ! Jesus Christ! Yo, why are you speeding the fuck up? Fucking pricks. There's another one, you bastards. Where are you? Right there! And another one. Jesus, man. I have infinite health ammo, so what? I have the infinite health items, so why did I use the ammo to kill these assholes just now? For one very simple reason. Because otherwise they would have kept fucking bothering me for goddamn ever. Heat sensitive. Let's see. Mining room key. Let me examine that. So that's the rule with Resident Evil. With all Resident Evil games, as soon as you pick up an item, you gotta examine that bitch. See exactly what it says. And now I have the key to that room with the stairs. Come on, prick. B-O-W. In Resident Evil lore, that is a... Oh my god! What the fuck? I know those are spiders. Yep. You motherfucking pieces of shit. Fuck you, 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 fuck you. Oh? Oh. Oh, okay. Thank you. Fuck you, fucking prick. Oh, piece of shit. Oh. Need that. That's a puzzle item, of course. You piece of shit. Alright. Every shit gets on you, you get poisoned. That's why it was so hectic to avoid them. In case you're unaware of what poisoning does, when you're poisoned, okay, so you see how in the health thing, there's green fine, yellow caution, orange caution, red danger, right? Well, when you're poisoned, that little heartbeat condition thing is purple poison. Now, here's the issue with purple poison, is that it doesn't tell you what health status you're on. Now, keep in mind though, when you're poisoned, you're still at a health status, be it fine, caution, danger, whatever it may be. You're still at a health status, but you can't see what your health status is because of the fact that there's this purple, poison. So you can't, so you don't know how much health you have left. And you can think to yourself, well, what about your character? Because your character, they grab their shoulder, whatever like that. They run when they're in caution, like right, say, like this. Well, here's the thing about that though, is that, depending on what your damage is, Claire will have, her arm or her shoulder or not, or she'll kind of start limping if she's like, in danger or whatever like that. That doesn't happen in Purple Poison. In Purple Poison, even if you're in green fine, but it's hidden, but even if you're actually in green fine, she will still hold her shoulder like she's in caution. And yes, while you're poisoned, your health deteriorates for as long as you're poisoned. So you can not get attacked by an enemy at all, and just be purple poison the whole time, and you will at some point die just from being poisoned. And that is why I don't like being poisoned. So just so that's out there. So that's how poison works in these games. This guy's an asshole. Actually, both. Fucking prick. God. I get you want to eat Claire, bro. I wouldn't mind doing it myself, but come on, have some class. Yep. Actually, oh, that's his hat. Yellow caution. Yes, discard. I'm pretty sure I know what room this is too. Is it? It is. Wait. Yeah, it is. Gigantic fucking truck. Now, is this room gonna be doing shit per se right now? Eh. Claire, my girl, why are your footsteps so goddamn loud? Good God. I can't imagine what life was like when you were like a 12-year-old and you were trying to get cookies out of the cookie jar at 1 in the morning because you wanted a midnight snack, and then your parents' fucking bedroom was like right across in the goddamn kitchen or some shit, and then you're sitting there like this. Look how heavy the echo is. My goodness. You're like the least You're the most conspicuous person ever, as far as footsteps go. You have to connect something to that, but you can't do it yet. So that's about it. So next goal is to turn the goddamn power on. Mind you, I remember a lot of shit about this game, but I don't remember every last little fucking thing, so if there's some shit I just don't remember, then bear with me. Let's see. Oh, shit, there's another room in here. See, I forgot about that. And the room is so weirdly colored that I didn't even notice it. Oh shit, there's like zombie dogs and shit over here. Yep! Oh my god! Assholes. And there's the power. Alright, let's do this. Switchboard, which I believe is right here. Holy shit! Fuck! That was not even intended to be a jump scare, but that jump scared the shit out of me just now. Fuck! There we go. Beautiful. Actually, you know what? What's back here? Nothing important. Gotcha. Hell yes. It serves me properly? Yep. What is up, my dudes? How are you gentlemen doing on a fine day? Shit. Yo, back the fuck up, man. Now here's something that bothers me about this place over here. Where's the goddamn BGM? Why the fuck can't I pick that up? You know what, since I can't pick that up, I'll just look it up on the goddamn internet and then read it from there. Okay, I found it. Alright, so here we go. So apparently the mouse even has a name. Its name is DIJ. I don't know what that stands for. But here's the file, right? So that thing right there, because I mean I assume that's the mouse's file. I can't see any other reason I think it would be. But so here's the mouse. It's called DIJ's diary because the mouse's name is DIJ. So here's what the diary says, and just pretend like I'm just reading that fucking paper right there. It says, during a heavy squall, a girl in a red outfit was brought to this island of Rockfort, my home. This island of Rockfort? Huh. Well, this isn't Rockfort, so apparently that's not the file, but I'm still going to read this anyway, because apparently at this point I guess I've already missed it. My home. What could she have possibly done? It's been living here for quite some time now, but many who are brought to this island seldom leave alive. Through the sounds of guns and fire, soldiers appeared. There was something going on. I went to the prison, but the girl in red was nowhere in sight. I hurried to the military training facility. The man of Rockford was attacking her relentlessly. How stupid of me. I got too close and almost got myself smashed by the almost got myself smashed by the shutters. But thanks to my natural agility, I was able to get out of the situation and get outside. Anyone other than me would not have been so lucky, because he's a rat or mouse or whatever. Again, I was able to find the girl in red. There she was, in front of the residence. Then from behind her appeared a man with blonde hair. As he called to her, he approached her in a friendly manner and started saying something to her, and it happened abruptly. The man in blonde hair started to hurt the girl in red. I have to save her, I thought to myself. But the man with the blonde hair went away. Who was that blonde-haired man, and what did he want from the girl in red? The self-destruct announcement and the emergency siren warned the end of Rockford Island. I hurried to the hangar of the transport. The transport we were on took off as everything exploded into flames. With my neck risking effort, the girl in red is goddamn Claire. Okay, here's how ridiculous it is. I just noticed that he's talking about Claire. Oh my god. Man with blonde hair. I assume the man with wait. I assume the man with blonde hair. Okay, I'm gonna confirm this, and once I get done with him, I'm gonna finish with him. I'm gonna confirm that the man with the blonde hair is Wesker. I think the man with blonde hair is not Alfred. I think it's Wesker. I'm gonna confirm who that is. But first, I'm gonna go and finish this off. So, the transport we were on took off as everything exploded in flames. With my neck risking effort, the girl in red slammed the monster out into the open sky. We all know who the monster is. Sure enough, she was a Valkyrie, a goddess of destruction. I couldn't believe it. The transport landed in. Yeah, how is this? Has got to be the file right here that I'm looking at. I don't know. I can't. Like, if I cannot interact with it. That's why I'm reading it. I'm on Google right now. I'm on the Resident Evil wiki. Um, I couldn't believe it. The transport landed in a base on the icy Antarctica. And yes, this is a long file. It's going to go over paragraphs. And on top of it all, the transport that landed before us spilled tons of the T-virus, and everything alive had already turned into zombies. If I stayed, there was no way I could stay alive. I had to find a way to get out of there quickly. I parted with the girl in red. I started searching the base to see if there was anything I could use. As I was resting in the dark, someone was coming. Whatever it was right there. The door suddenly closed and there was no escape. Hmm, interesting. I kept slamming the door. Then the door opened. I exploded out of there. But I was no chicken. I stopped to turn around, and there she was, the girl in red, standing there looking at me. Maybe, here are my thoughts, maybe this isn't his diary. Maybe you get the diary as Chris. Because like if that's a diary, it makes no sense for him to write about that because that happened after he left that. So maybe you get this as Chris. If I get this diary as Chris, I'll just skip it because I'm reading it now. Uh, I stopped to turn around and there she was, the girl in red, standing there, looking at me. Menacingly. It doesn't actually say menacingly, but I wanted to quote SpongeBob. Where was this place? I was stuck in a room with an elevator and an old cannon. Where was I supposed to go? I was stranded. I felt endless despair. Then that blonde-haired man with the sunglasses appeared. Okay, the blonde-haired man is Wesker, like I thought it was. He had I don't think I can even Okay, so I'm actually gonna have to stop reading it right there. Even though I've played this game before, I don't want to get really spoilery with it, at least not story-wise. And everything that is in this diary from here on out is spoiler stuff. Like it's about stuff that the mouse dude is present for that hasn't actually happened yet as far as my gameplay goes. So I'm actually gonna stop reading it right there because everything else has to do with spoiler shit.